If you're like me, you don't like drinking instant coffee. Today I'm going to show you 3 different ways to make actual real coffee on the trail. Hi, I'm Samantha, and this is Lone Crow Adventures. The first system that I'm going to show you today is using the MSR Reactor stove. This method uses a coffee press, and this item needs to be purchased in addition to the stove, but it's my favorite way of making coffee. It's been reliable and I know I can trust it. This is the coffee press attachment for the MSR Reactor stove. To use this, you make sure that the plug is open, you place the coffee press directly underneath, and then you screw this rod in through the top. You boil your water as per normal, and you keep the lid on, making sure not to add the coffee grounds until the water reaches a boil. Now, I like to pre-portion my coffee so that it's ready to go. I can easily slide 3 or 4 of these into my pack so I have coffee for several days. And in here I have enough coffee for 2 adults to have at least 2 cups of coffee on this system. The stove we're going to be using today is the 1.5 liter capacity MSR Reactor stove. To start making coffee with this system, you boil your water as per normal. I find that this is a very efficient method of making coffee. It only takes a couple of minutes. Now, once the water reaches a boiling point, we're going to want to take it off of the burner. It's almost there. There we go. We'll take it off. And then we're going to turn our stove off. Next, we remove the lid. And you're going to add the coffee grounds directly to the pot. I use a nice long-handled spoon to give it a quick stir. And you'll notice it will kind of froth up like this. So you don't want to have the coffee pot too full. Next, we put the lid back on. And we make sure that the coffee press is at the top. We let it sit for about 3 or 4 minutes before we press the coffee. It's been a couple minutes and the coffee has set, so now we're ready to press the coffee. So to do so, you just push this rod down slowly, and this will push all of the grounds to the bottom of the pot. Nothing like having a fresh cup of coffee when you're on the trail. This system is also very portable. The stove mechanism, the coffee press, everything will fold down into the pot itself, and the handle will fold over. So that way you can throw it in your pack and it's easy to transport. But as you can see, the pouring on it is very slow. And if you try to tip it and make it go more quickly, you end up with a lot of spillage. But I think that's a small price to pay for the convenience of this system. The second option for making coffee that I'm going to show you is using the MSR Pocket Rocket and the MSR Mugmate. This is a great option if you're doing a solo backpacking trip because it allows you to make a single cup of coffee. At the same time, this can be one of its downfalls if you're looking to make coffee for a group. It might not be the right system for you, but it's an excellent, lightweight, and portable option for backpacking. Now, before you get the stove set up and the water boiled, you're going to want to fill this little filter, the MSR Mugmate, with coffee. It holds quite a bit. If you like a good strong cup of coffee, you can fill it right up to the brim. I like to fill it to about 50%. That is approximately 2 or 3 tablespoons of coffee grounds, and I like to use a nice coarse ground coffee because I find that's what works best for me. All right, now we're going to light the stove. We're going to keep it on kind of a low at first. You can see that thing's pretty powerful. And we can crank the heat up. All right, so the water's boiling. We're gonna take this lid off. Use our pot holder to set it down here. And you can see why they call it the pocket rocket, because man, that thing sounds like a jet going off. Now we use the MSR Mugmate, and this fits perfectly into most camping size mugs. This is a Camelback mug. We take the lid off and we'll use our pot holder again. And we're going to want to have kind of a nice slow drip over the coffee. So if you can kind of imagine like a coffee maker at home, so we'll fill it up. You can hear it starting to drip in there. Just like the coffee maker at home. And once the water goes down, we'll pour a little more in there. So this works great if you're on a solo backpacking trip, or even if you have a partner with you and you're just looking to make a couple of cups of coffee. It's a great solution. If you're out with a group, this is going to be kind of time consuming, but it's definitely handy, that's for sure. All right, we'll just take this out. And there you go. Nice brewed cup of joe. The next system I'm going to show you is a little bit more traditional. It involves the use of a percolator coffee pot and a propane burner. The percolator coffee system is very easy to use. The first step is to fill it with water, and these usually have fill lines marked on the inside depending on how much coffee that you want to make. We just remove the lid from the percolator receptacle, and I like to take this off. I don't want to get coffee grounds down the spout. And we just dump our coffee all around inside of it. Get it nice and even. And we can put the lid on. This inserts directly into the coffee pot. The lid goes on and we're ready to add it to the burner. We just get it going. Now for this, I like to use a ferro rod so I can save my matches. Very easy. Now we're going to let this coffee percolate. It'll take about 5 to 7 minutes after it comes to a boiling point. So the total coffee time that you're waiting for here is about 10 to 15 minutes. So it does take a little longer than other systems. Once you start to see the percolator turn a nice amber color, then the coffee's ready to come off. Like I said, you're going to want to let it perk for about 5 to 7 minutes. And a little bit longer if you want a stronger cup of coffee. So we're ready to take it off. We'll turn the burner off, get our coffee cup ready, and then we'll just pour just like a coffee pot at home. This system is excellent for large groups. It allows you to make coffee for between 4 and 6 adults. So it's great for those family camping trips. Well, there you go. Just because you're camping doesn't mean you can't have a good quality cup of coffee. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you can be notified when I put out more content. Happy wake up. Delicious.